Hey, you two, hold on. Uh, there we go. Hey, YouTube. This is the one and only Damian Moody, also known as Catcher Majesty or Rhea Raha, and I'm back again with another live video. And in today's live video, I just wanted to speak on just a random topic. Pretty much why a lot of people consider it my friend or friends, even get the chance of being my friends. And I want to also continue to speak on certain friendships I had. I feel like a lot of people now, I've always been this way. I've always been this way where a lot of people I'm close with are people that I think are good looking, or people that is either people that I think are good looking, or people that treat me kind enough to the point where I could trust them. Now, a lot of them, they was nice at first, and then shit changed after a while. But yeah, majority of my friends, whether online or in person, are pretty much people that I was cool with because they treated me nice, or I found them to be good looking, or something like that. And the God honest truth is, I didn't really start like I had people that I was cool with. I had people I was cool with, people I talked to, people I may have hung out with. But to be honest, I can really say that I didn't really consider anyone a real friend up until I hung out with my cousin Talia and her baby father Rich. And that's the God honest truth. Like that whole friendship in the beginning, and that whole bond in the beginning, they are the main two people that I really in the beginning considered to be friends. We had fun. We took pictures together. Yeah, they was going through their own stuff. We had fun. We took pictures together. We hung outside together. We did things where no matter what was going on, we tried to do things to get along and chill and hang out with each other, like playing video games, doing pranks on each other, making hot chocolate and late at night, and brownies and cookies and stuff like that, listening to music, them laughing at me while I was getting my tattoos, joking around with each other, shit like that. I And the reason why, and I said this in plenty of videos, and I know people like, oh my god, here he go talking about all the same old Delaware stories again, but no. At the end of the day, like I was saying, they are that's the first friendship I really considered a friendship up until shit started falling apart. Cause to be honest, I always wanted to be around family. There's plenty of people in the neighborhood I lived in, but at the end of the day, when I was on Belly Street, majority of them, they all knew each other. I didn't really consider them as friends. I couldn't stand that block. I couldn't stand living in North Philly. And I just feel like it's so much fun things that was happening that I was missing out on because I had to move all the way out to North Philly. And everybody else is in West Philly, Southwest, and everywhere having fun. While I'm just stuck in North Philly, bored as hell. And just bored as hell and can't do shit. So once I got older, that's when I started really hanging out and doing my own thing. Um I consider the whole like my cousin, her baby father, I consider them to be friends because in the beginning, um in the beginning, I feel like my cousin's husband, Rick, well, her, I keep saying her husband, I mean her baby father, he didn't know me from a can of paint. He did. He didn't know me from a can of paint. And we met through Facebook. It was to the point where it's like he didn't seem judgmental. He would tell me stuff about him. I'll tell him stuff about me. He didn't seem judgmental, so I felt comfortable enough with being like, all right, cool. He seemed cool. We could be friends or whatever. Um. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So that's how I got the trust in him, and we became friends because we had some conversations, and it wasn't like okay, no, I mean to the point where somebody tell you something, then you go around telling everybody like I start like he'll tell me stuff about how he grew up. I start telling him stuff about how I grew up, and I never had those conversations with anybody else before. Like friend wise, now family members, maybe who knows, but like friend wise, somebody that I don't know, like a total stranger, especially through Facebook, who I haven't met yet. Mm-mm. Like I told them certain stuff, but not like the conversations that we was having. Um, but by the time we met each other in person at first, it was like I don't know if he was shy or I don't know what the hell was going on. Cause I mean, like I remember when I walked in the house. Of course, I got my bag full of my stuff that I was bringing with me, like my clothes and stuff. And the dog jumped on me. I'm shaking hands, giving hugs, da da da. And he shook my hand, like the handshake, and then wrap your arm around the person and give like a handshake hug or whatever. We did that, whatever, and then next thing you know, he just disappeared and went in the room. And I'm just still speaking to everybody. And then my cousin, she disappeared and went in the room and was talking to him. Then next thing I know, um, after a few minutes, everything was fine. We was having conversations. I was getting to know everybody, la la la. I'm the type of person where I like no matter who I'm talking to, like I said, I'm the type of person where no matter who I'm talking to, I'm gonna tell you everything about me because at the end of the day, especially on social media, because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna be no well, he ain't tell me this, he ain't tell me this when we first met, or this happened or that happened, blah 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 blah. Um, I'm gonna tell you everything, and then with a lot of people, even on social media, like I'll speak on my preference and stuff like that, and they be like, "Well, you ain't had to tell me that. That's your business." Then you got a lot of people that be like, they ain't homophobic. I mean, they try not to be homophobic, just respect them, and they respect you. Like I done dealt with all kinds of people that, especially people that tell you one thing, and then once they get to know you more better, shit start changing. They start acting different. Especially depending on who they around. I done had people that tell me one thing, and then we get around they other friends, and they get to the point where they feel like they can start treating you differently because whoever else they friends with, they feel a certain way. And I'm like, nigga, at the end of the day, you're gonna treat me the same way you treat me when we hanging out together and none of your friends around. Is the same way you should be treating me when they are around. I don't give a damn if they homophobic, if they think differently, whatever the case may be. Nigga, I'm pretty sure you got them all on your Facebook page and your social media platforms, and they see the pictures we took together, the videos we took together. But now that I'm finally with you while you're around them, you acting weird and acting strange, and I ain't got time for that. I really don't. Anyway, so that's it. Like they the main like I already like y'all already know the main two friendships were people that I really consider friends was when I was cool with my cousin Tilly and her baby father Rich, and then with Danny, who I never met in person. Like we just was friends for years through the internet, and I already told him that. I mean, I already told him how I felt, like respectfully, because I know a lot of people that I talk to on the internet and people I consider friends. They like most of them. They allow me to be myself. I jokingly flirt around and compliment them and stuff like that, and they'll say thank you and keep it pushing, or they won't say nothing at all. They just won't, just like okay. Um, when it comes to the friendship I had with Rich, um, it was more of like a helping with self esteem because when I first met him, he used to ask me questions that used to have me shaking my head like why people say this and why people say that, and I was like you shouldn't listen to me. At the end of the day, if you think you're a good looking person or if you want to be a model, do you. There's plenty of celebrities and stuff with disabilities and shit like that, and they still doing their thing. Shit, I was just telling somebody earlier, Ray Charles and Steve Wonder is both blind, and that didn't stop them from becoming successful music artists. A lot of these people, a lot of these women that y'all find attractive and like actors and singers and stuff, they be having skin problems and stuff that you may not know about. They put makeup on, and y'all think they're the best looking things in the world. Um, and then Miss Chalet, she talk over her larynx. She talk over her voice box and have a squeaky voice. And that don't stop her from singing and still performing all over the world. Um so yeah, I used to try to help him out cause like we used to just be having conversations and stuff like that. He'd ask me certain questions. But you can't help everybody out because eventually you find yourself trying to help a person out, make them feel good about themselves. Then they start treating you like they shit don't stink and they start trying to act like they better than you. And that's something that I had to deal with and that I don't ever like I can't ever call it a friendship. Like that situation, that's something I had to deal with. You like the person feel like they better than you, they feel like they dress better than you, they got a better lifestyle, and they start telling you about yourself. Like nigga, at the end of the day, I had to tell them I had to tell them like at the end of the day, nigga, I knew you when you ain't had much of shit. I know your story. Everybody done told me plenty of things. So who is there texting me? So one thing we not about to do is sit here and you try to get one up on me when nigga I was supporting you when you ain't had shit. I was supporting you and I had to give up $20 for gas. Or like there's so much stuff. So much stuff. So in the friendship with Danny, I don't think I really had to go through that. Not that I remember. Danny problem was I feel like Danny problem was he just felt like that same shit with Rich, but Danny problem was he just feel like he could overtalk people and everything gotta go his way or the highway, and then if he don't agree with it, he try to make it seem like he's smarter than you because he older than you and he know everything, and then he'll get his feelings and it'd be World War Three. And the crazy thing about it is a lot of the shit that we disagree with is so stupid. It's so damn stupid. And then he want to make it seem like that he's now the victim and you did something wrong. Um, but yeah, that's how it started. You like a person, y'all be friends for a while. You might compliment them about some stuff, they might compliment you about some stuff, and then next thing you know, months might go by, days might go by, maybe even years. Then next thing you know, it turns to World War Three. Y'all arguing, damn near about to fight, cursing each other out. And to be honest, I always ask, was it a Virgo thing? Because to be honest, like I said plenty of times before, both friends were Virgos, September Virgos. And I used to always ask, like, is it a Virgo thing? Because why do they remind me so much of each other? And a lot of the shit that we argue about is the same. Like, man. I'm on Beagle, and this guy looked like somebody I knew years ago from another platform. I don't think it's him, but I swear he looked exactly like somebody I know. The hair, the face. This might be him. I don't know. He looked just like him. Anyway, I think it is him. Again, I don't damn know. Um, my friendship with Danny, I feel like for a while it was a lot better than the friendship with Rich because, like I said, number one, I never met Danny in person. He never met me in person. It was social media throughout the friendship for several years. We could talk about anything and everything, and he truly allowed me to be myself without asking questions, without had me feel like he'd be in, like we had like there were moments, but like we used to have a lot of conversations, and we could just like we used to have long ass conversations with each other to a point where I could say and do stuff and he won't get offended. he could say and do stuff and I won't get offended. And that's what made me feel like, okay, we've been friends for so long. Maybe we should meet each other. But the thing was, one minute he is living in New York, then he is living in Virginia. And then it got to a point where it's like, okay, now we both live in Pennsylvania. Maybe we should figure out when can we meet in person and hang out and be homies. Cause we've known each other for so long. It's just a shame that we haven't met yet. And then we both in the same state. Maybe not the same state, but definitely the same state. But by the time we really was talking about when was we gonna meet up, I'll give you my address, you could come pull up, maybe I'll hang out with you for a bit. That's when the friendship start getting rockier and rockier. And the sad thing about it is like it sucked because I'll still be used to I look at Facebook message and still be used to him always calling and like us talking. But to be honest, it just seemed like I can't say that us both being in Full Sail was the main reason why we probably stopped talking and probably won't ever talk again. I don't know. Because there's plenty of problems that happen. Plenty of problems that happen. Which was the cause that I felt like, okay, we need to take a break. But the thing is, during the last conversation, it was near me because I mean, like we was like I was still talking. I guess he just got to the point where I got to the point where I'm like, you're being very disrespectful. And it's a lot of shit that I kept to myself. A lot of ways I felt, and they ain't say nothing. Or maybe you wasn't paying attention when I said it. But enough is enough. Like this is how I really feel. And it's like now I'm starting to believe it because first it was like just an opinion, and maybe I was I don't know, but now I'm starting to believe it because I'm sick and tired of the same stuff happening. Like we could be cool for days, a week, maybe a month, and then next thing you know, just a small conversation would turn to an argument. And I'm like, we are friends. We not in no relationship. I don't have like I'm not a female. I don't have kids with you, and we don't live in the same house, and we don't sleep in the same bed. So why can we get along for a while and then just out of nowhere we arguing over something stupid? Like to be honest, I seriously can't give y'all an answer if me and that man would ever talk again. Because the last conversation, I just got to the point where it's like I'm just sick of it. Like I'm sick and tired of arguing. I'm sick and tired of going back and forth. I feel like you never was supportive. We always arguing over stupid stuff. It's a lot. Like, where's the messages at? Like, for real, it's really a lie. Oh, this is old. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll up because it's a lot. Okay. So I think one of the last messages I said was, now that I think about, like, I said, now that I think about it, you haven't supported shit since I started Full Sail University. We have had multiple arguments in the past because of your ignorance, and you have nerve talk about I don't have a strong I said, and I'm like, since you so concerned about when my laptop getting fixed, a real friend would have offered a few dollars or something. I'm like, I done bought you two hoodies, and every time you ask me for money when I had it, I would give it to you, and you haven't done shit for me. Yeah, yeah, that's the God honest truth. I don't know. I really haven't been talking to nobody. I mean, I got people that I see on these platforms like Super Live and Tango and stuff like that, but I really haven't been talking to nobody where I can say we talk on an everyday basis. I just see a lot of people that I talk to as people that I just talk to on social media platforms. I mean, I got this one guy that I be seeing on Beagle and Super Live and many other apps. Um, He go by Shot Town Perez. Every time I talk to him, he real cool. We've been cool for a long time, and he asks me how I'm doing in school and stuff like that. Then, um, same thing goes for another guy who go by name more weight than me. I see him on social media platforms, and I talk to him when he go live. But other than that, I don't really talk to nobody where I can say like we talk every single day. I got their phone numbers, their Facebooks and stuff like that, and I could talk to them anytime I want. And Danny was that person. He'd just reach out of nowhere, and we literally haven't talked since December 28th, 2024. And I reached out to him throughout January, but it is what it is. Um, And as for that other character, y'all already know I haven't talked to him in years. And I haven't talked to him in years because I feel like it's the safest thing to do. It's a lot of things that I eventually found out about that gave me reason to protect myself, to remove myself from certain situations and certain people. I realized that people told me to stay away from certain people and not to trust them. I kept giving chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And eventually I can admit that I ignored plenty of signs. Things was getting worse and worse and worse. And I ignored the signs up until it got to the point where it's like your life is being put in jeopardy. These people are putting you in situations that could probably kill you or have you getting locked up over some shit you don't even know the full story about. Most of the shit you wasn't around and know nothing about. And they trying to put your name up in some shit and have you going against people over something that ain't had nothing to do with you in the first place. Because they trying to hide their secrets and cover their asses. And I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but what I will say is they feel like it'd be easy because at the time, um, I wasn't talking to my cousin over our own issues that had nothing to do with them. Me not talking to her had everything to do with me and her over something that she promised me and ended up lying about. And the more that I tried to give her chance after chance after chance, because she promised me that she wouldn't do nothing like that, she did it anyway. So that's why I was mad. But yeah, a lot of stupidness happened. And it got to a point where it got to a point where I had to dig into some things and I found out some things that people was trying to hide and think I was never going to find out about. And around that time, I had no other choice but to remove myself anyway. But what I found out gave me better reason on why I should remove myself, because if I didn't, it could have been a lot worse. And I would never go around that crowd again. I don't think I would ever speak to them again. And to be honest, I have no reason to go around that crowd at all. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I ever get a close friendship because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, what I could say is like, I mean, who used to talk about anything and everything? Like, we really, literally used to talk all day and night. Um, and that's what I miss. I miss the fun part, like joking around, listening to music, having conversations. But I just can't put myself in a situation where I end up being cool with somebody and I feel like I'm not fully being treated respectfully. And you get to the point where you try and talk to me like I'm a damn child or something. And if you and I like that's what everybody. I'm not going to be your friend if you can't respect me the same way I respect you. And within that friendship, it'll get to the point where we stop talking. And then when we start talking again, there's no full apology or nothing. It's like they don't want to talk about what happened. But then not too long after, y'all arguing about something else. And every time it's always they play victim and act like they ain't do nothing. And they make it seem like that you done everything and you the worst. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna just remove myself from the situation. And when you act like you got some sense, you know where to find me. But up until then, I'm gonna go my way and you go yours. And that pretty much was that. I just hate that it had to go that way because we really like been friends for so long. And I feel like that friendship was longer than any other situation where I consider somebody a friend. Cause y'all already know when I was on Belly Street, I had people I talked to, but it just got to the point where I couldn't trust nobody because at the end of the day, y'all say y'all my friend, y'all hang out with me, y'all hang out with my family and stuff like that. And I feel like a bunch of y'all are users, but that's a whole nother story. Y'all hang out with me and my family and stuff like that. And then y'all be outside kikiing and laughing and hanging around people that we were just arguing with. And I'm like, I don't like that flip floppy shit. I don't. You're not about to sit here and be my friend one moment and then be kikiing with the next person. Ha ha, nothing. To be honest, I really haven't been talking to nobody. Um, I don't remember the last time I talked to my cousin. Like it was just a lie. Like I don't know. Like it was crazy. Like all that shit that happened in Delaware, it was crazy. So it's like it took me a while to try to get to start trusting people again. Now it was no buddy buddy click tight like before, but it's to a point where like we could be in the same room with each other and I'll speak. It might be a handshake, a hug, or something like that. But it's not to the point where we hanging out, going out places and stuff like that. I think like when me and my cousin started talking again, the closest we did was went to close by a close by supermarket because she wanted to get some seafood or something. Like that's the closest we did. But she was trying to get me to hang out with her and go places, and I'm like I just got a lot going on. It's just still stuff that's bothering me. So I'm just taking things one step at a time. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like this shit really sucks. It really does. Cause I'm that type of person where I used to love being around people. I like hanging out, having fun, making friends, um, going places, doing activities and shit. And now that I'm older, I really don't talk to nobody. I don't hang out with nobody. I don't do stuff with nobody. Um, the closest to hanging out and doing stuff was with my sister recently. I went to her house and we went out to eat and did stuff. But other than that, like that's the only person that I really hang out with. And we didn't really do much. I mean, we went to I think what was it? IHOP or Denny's. It was somewhere we went out to eat. Then we went in the house. Then I think the next day we went out shopping and stuff like that. And I did a few store runs and stuff like that. But we ain't really do anything. But I did have some fun. It's just that I had schoolwork and stuff to do, some repairing that needed to get done, packages that was coming that I was looking for, and needed to be home. I did. I mean, I did leave. I think she said I left some shirts or something there that I gotta go get. I don't know when. I'm bored. I don't know what to do. We're over here trying to find something to watch. I mean, they got movies on Tubi, but some of this stuff I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch the series because I don't know I'll watch that because I got the DVD. They put Poetic Justice on here. Mm, well, y'all, I'm done talking. I'm about to get off. I'll talk to y'all later.